Well, good morning, huggers. Nice to see you. This is the third... Sorry, what's that? Oh, okay. Oh, I only reckons I've let myself go after the shave. Well, I'll be back in a second and we'll go through some new stuff. Okay, see you soon. Okie dokie. Well, a little bit better, I suppose. Moves on. I'm just going to do a very short one this week. First of all, I want to go over how you can describe a chord using numbers. And that's quite handy if you're making notes about what chords are. Rather than having to draw a little diagram, you can simply represent the chord with 4 numbers. Okay, on a ukulele you can describe the strings as, I'm not fretting with this hand, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then when you fret, let's do the chord of C, and I'm putting a finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. 0, 0, 0, 3. 0, 0, 0, 3. 0, 0, 0, 3. 0, 0, 0, 3. And fully open it would be C6. 0, 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. The G chord is 0, 2, 3, 2. I hope that's clear. It's very difficult to see on a ukulele. That one's open, so it's 0. That's on the 2nd fret, so it's 2. That's on the 3rd fret, so it's 3. And then that one is on the 2nd fret, so that is 2. 0, 2, 3, 2. 0, 2, 3, 2. And F is like that. You can't see, can you, properly? And F is like that. So it's 2, 0, which is open, then 1, I've got my finger on the 1st fret, and then 0. So if you wanted to write down a chord that you find hard to remember, let's say B minor. Now B minor is played like that. Rather than me saying put this finger here and put that finger there and that finger there, I could simply say 4, 2, 2. 4, 2, 2, oh sorry, 2. 4, 2, 2, 2. 4, 2, 2, 2. 4, 2, 2, 2. 4th fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret. So using that notation, you can use just 4 numbers to describe any chord. Works really well. It doesn't tell you what fingers to use, that's up to you. I mean, it's a fairly primitive method, but it works, I use it. Now that's tip number 1. Now tip number 2, on a guitar, so this is a guitar, 6 strings. By the way, this is the very first guitar I ever played in my life. I've still got it. It cost £5. It's a Hofner Flamenco. Now, this is called the top string, which is very confusing because it's the furthest towards the floor. But it's called the top string because it's the highest note. And this is called the bottom string, which is very confusing because it's the one furthest from the floor. So this one is the bottom string, this one is the top string. And you'll often find people who play guitars and play ukuleles or teach ukuleles, most musicians will transfer that nomenclature, fancy name, will transfer that name to the ukulele, and so they will call this one the bottom string and this one the top string. So if that happens and you think, oh, that's weird, yeah, that's just how it is. That's how it's developed. So that's the second tip, is to be aware that you can call that one, which you expect to be the bottom string, people will call it the top string, just because it's the highest note. And the last tip, what was I going to do? Oh yes, this is only for people who've got, this is a baritone, the other one I was playing was, what was it, a tenor. This is a baritone one, and it was a tip, I dare say you probably know this already, but you can turn a baritone ukulele into a regular ukulele simply by putting a capo on the 5th fret, because this instrument is a 5th lower than a normal ukulele. So you can restore it to being a 5th higher by putting a capo, can you see that clearly? I hope so, on the 5th fret. So that's the normal. Let's put that on. All of a sudden it's got the same pitch as a normal ukulele, so I can go. Which sounds more like a ukulele than bluesy. If you finish a sequence on a 7th, it always sounds very bluesy. So you go finishing on C7th. And that's it. So tip number 1 is how you can describe a chord by using 4 numbers. Tip number 2 was just to be aware that some people will call that the bottom string and that the top string, and that the naming comes from guitar playing or lute or anything like that. And that the third and last tip was that you can use a capo to turn a baritone ukulele into a regular ukulele, so the pitch becomes exactly the same. So if you're sitting with somebody who you've got a baritone and they've got a, let's say, a concert ukulele, and you're teaching them something, obviously you want to use the same shapes as they're using. So you pop that on, and there, lo and behold, and if they played and copied the exact shapes, it would sound just the same, just as lovely. Right, that's it then. I hope you've enjoyed that. Trevor got in touch and said we could maybe have a look at some scales at the next video. So I thought that maybe the most interesting one would be to do the blues scale. So you could do a bit of improvisation with. We do a couple of blues ones. I can't remember the name of them at the moment, but yeah. So. Finish on the 7th. Again. Oh yeah. Bye everyone.